Yo, what's up, everybody? Good morning and good morning, good morning. Welcome to MTG Live. Today's date is January the 13th, 2024. It's your boy Q. I got my boy Hendrix over there to my right over there. What's up, bro? Good morning to you.
Hey, what's up, man?
Good, good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, my guest is on. Let me bring him on real quick for your viewing and your listening and entertainment pleasure. I got my boy Seek on. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
Good morning, sirs. How are y'all?
Good.
Lovely.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Well, you see what Hendrix is doing. He's in bed proper like
He's still in slumberland.
Yeah, my body don't want to work right today, dude.
the
This
weather.
is the ugly side of having lupus and the weather getting cold and your body don't want to cooperate.
Man, listen, I may have to talk to you off camera. I was just I had some lupus testing done and tested positive for lupus. So um yeah, so I'm trying to figure all of this stuff out. We're doing more testing to see what that looks like for me. And I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah. So one thing everybody needs to understand about men with lupus is less than 10% of all lupus patients are men. And then if you're a black man, it's under 1%. So
Mm.
having proper diagnoses and treatment for black men with lupus, it's let's just say it's a valiant journey that is not for the faint of heart. Yeah.
So I'm being hopeful of better outcomes once we do more testing.
Yes.
And I don't know. I don't know, man. This is my year of jubilee. I keep saying that because it is important to know. This is my year of jubilee. I will be 50 years old in August of 2024. So I'm looking to just have a jubilant time from here on out.
Yes, sir. Brother, I'm gonna tell you like this, and this is for anybody. Once you get over the age of 25, drink your water, watch what you eat. Vegetables and fruits are your friend. These three things alone can make a huge difference in your health. So increase your fruit and vegetable intake, increase your water intake, minimum a gallon of water a day. So
A gallon of water a day.
yeah. Now I know that sounds like a lot.
It
I'm gonna
does.
give you the breakdown. I'm gonna give you the breakdown so you good. You get your 16-ounce bottle of water. That's what the standard size is.
Hmm.
You get you one in the morning when you get up. First thing
Hmm.
before you do anything else, you drink down that bottle of water.
I drink out of this every day. I don't know how much. I think this may be 32 ounces.
Yeah,
I do maybe about three fill ups a day of this. But
that's
I do have ice and then I measure too.
yeah,
So I
that's a
measure.
good start. That is a good start, brother. Good start. Um, wait a minute.
Good, good,
Who is this?
good morning, y'all. Thank y'all so much for coming on in. Good morning, AB. Thank you for tuning in on YouTube. Kanisha, sis, what's up? Adonis, what's up, Fred? What's up? Who is the monster in the tan shirt? Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. Make sure you share this broadcast with your friends, your family, and your foes, and your frenemies too. We're gonna talk about it a little bit on today. I didn't do any captions or whatever the case it is, but let's just talk about it. Hey, Auntie, good morning. Good to see y'all. Y'all come on in. Come on in here. Get on in here. Let's talk about this thing. So y'all,
This
Ernie,
man that took his he done went off camera.
yeah,
This man that went off. I want to know who called him a monster. Who is that?
that's Adonis, man. That's Adonis.
That's
That's
a
Adonis.
hater.
That's Adonis, one of our boys here in Houston. Man, listen, y'all. Earning first off, um, um, in regards to your recent diagnosis, man, nothing but positive energy to you. Prayers, definitely. If you need me, let me know. And we'll be right there with you, man. Do that. Hey, my auntie. Hey, good morning. Thank y'all so much for coming on in. Y'all coming on in this morning. Y'all must be in the house because it's cold outside. Y'all must be in the house. Got to be in the house. Y'all got to be in the house. All right. So real quick, let's jump into it. Let's jump into it. So what did I put? Let's dig into the craziness. That's what I call the show. Let's dig into this craziness. So there's been some things that's going on. Y'all know this is our first show back for 2023. Well, technically
2024.
for 2024. God dog it. And I'm glad to be back on. Y'all know more will be on when she get ready, and however the case may be. Um, Let me see. Kanisha said, baby, whatever the doctors say is a lie and you are healed. That's what Kanisha said to you, Ernie. She's sending those vibes to you. Adonis is sending the hearts. All right, all right, all right. So let's do it. So let's jump into it. So I said that today's show we were going to talk about specifically maybe like the Cat Williams interview, but I also took a look at Jonathan Major's interview as well, and I also want to talk about our wonderful people P Diddy and TD Jakes. Now, let's knock that out the way first. Let's go and knock that out the way first, because I just want to know y'all opinion on this. Now, my question to y'all is, of course, we won't have to go into the whole thing. Y'all, everybody that's watching have seen what's going on, what has transpired. Everybody, has assumingly picked a side as it relates to Jakes and Diddy and all these other celebrities kind of coming out the woodworks talking about everybody know what's going on at Diddy's parties. So let me ask a question. The question is, can a man of the cloth hang out with people like P. Diddy and be okay going to a Diddy party? Well, no, I'm not can they. Should they? Let's do it like they. Should they? Should a man of the cloth, a preacher man, a pastor man, should they hang out with people who party like that? And then end up going to the parties and not being, involved at all. Should they do that? Why y'all quiet?
I was gonna let our guest go
Why
first.
y'all?
I was gonna let our guest go first, but I will take I'll take the first
Hey,
comment.
hey, sis,
I
love you.
I say this. Um as a leader in any form, role seriously, there are some places you will just not allow yourself to be. And you not only have to lead by your words, you have to lead by example. Understanding that we're all human and we're all flawed, we're going to make missteps. However, you can't, when you make a misstep, you can't make it repeatedly. You make your misstep, you atone for it, you move on. Repetitive nature of a misstep is a habit and you enjoying yourself. And I will leave it at that.
I think we only know of one party that Jakes went to, right? Wasn't it only one that they were talking about? It was he went to a party that was the only one that they saw him at, or whatever the case may be. So I have two things. I want to piggyback. I just want to piggyback on what you just said. Even in even in your professional life, you really don't have upper leadership hanging out with other folk. It's just not customary to do. But Q, since you're a preacher, isn't there a scripture that says, "Don't cast your pearls before swine" or something like that? Isn't
Don't
that a,
cast your pearls before swine,
isn't that a scripture?
but they won't do anything but trample over them. That's just a summarization of it.
So I do get the idea of Jake's hanging with Pity because Jake's is a superstar. He's not just a preacher, he's a superstar as well. And also he
Oh
is like the star's go-to preacher. So to be seen at a Diddy party um as a passer buyer, let's say that, because that's what they said. He went in, he took some pictures, and then he bounced. I get it. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna say hi to the people or whatever the case may be, bless the food, and then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna get up out of here. But what happens is that when you show your face in places like that, then men come out saying that they were touched by you, or groomed by you, or something happened, something transpired between you and somebody else, and then other stories are then created that has your name attached to it because now other people want to jump on the bandwagon, whether it's true or not. You leave yourself wide open, and now you're on your platform in your pulpit sounding like, oh boy, out of Atlanta, what was his name, Q?
Eddie Long.
Sounding just like Eddie Long. Everything that came out of your mouth sound like you pulled up a sound bite of Eddie Long and spoke it out of your mouth. When you got when you stood up in the pulpit and said you wasn't going to address it, you did address it, and you addressed it at length, even though you said you wasn't going to address it. But of course, you're going to need the support of your congregants, so they want to hear from you. So whether you say it's not true or not, it's already out there.
yeah.
And now I'm hearing that oh boy is now like taking legal action against Jakes for grooming him. So
Yeah,
in
I've seen
just
that interview.
yeah, in just be careful where you
Yeah.
put your feet at.
And I will tell you from a professional standpoint, um, I am a big proponent of young black professionals fellowshipping together,
Mhm,
to share their knowledge, to vent to each other. I
mhm,
will coordinate all of that. And they
mhm,
ask me, well, how come you don't ever show up?
mhm,
I'm your boss's boss. If I show up, it's just like anything else. The biggest name there is going to get the blame. Period.
anything that happens,
For
absolutely.
anything that happens, the
Yep.
biggest name there is going to get the blame. And
Mhm.
I sit them down because I always have.
Okay. Well, he always had, and he blanked out. I guess Hendrix will be back on in a second. I don't know why he act like
Oh,
okay, here he back. Okay, there you back. You're back
He's
now.
back.
yeah,
You
my
got
bad.
really ghosting
I'm
us
drinking my
again.
water.
Yeah. So I don't know what the last thing y'all heard was. So
You were saying that the thing that you have to realize is
that when you are the biggest name in the room, you get blamed for everything that happens.
Mhm,
You, I'm a great proponent of getting young black talent together, having them fellowship together, link up, and to have professional support. I will coordinate all of it, but I won't show up. And I sit there specifically and I tell them why I don't show up. Not that I don't have, any kind of attachment to you, but if anything goes down, I'm the first one that gets blamed, whether it's
mhm,
a company sponsored event or not. If
mhm,
I'm
mhm,
there, I get blamed. Period. And I told them
mhm.
that's why I don't show up. That's why I don't hang out with y'all. It's nothing personal, but if you step back and look at it, from a broad perspective, you have an executive, hanging out with frontline people. Not a good look outside of workplace. In the workplace, me conversing with you is wonderful. Me knowing your name, it's a great thing. But me hanging out with you outside of work is not a good look.
I'm gonna say this real quick. There is a Bible verse that says, I'm gonna paraphrase this. It says that you shouldn't know your left hand should not know what your
What
right
your right
hand
hand is
is
doing.
doing,
Yeah.
right? And so this is what I'm gonna say about that. If you are a person of influence, if you're going to keep your left and your right hand separate, then you have to be a little bit more private in what you're going to do. You know,
Mm,
I am one person, and for those of y'all that are watching, y'all do know I consider myself the bootleg preacher. I say that all the time. I say that because I have no qualms about what you find out about me. I have no qualms about whatever it is that you feel that you think that you know about me that I have not given up myself. And
mm-hmm.
so in my opinion, I believe that when you put yourself in places like that, if you're going to be publicly um, 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 be viewed at these places, then you just need to go ahead and say, well, you know what? I was at the Diddy party. I had a good time, and y'all either go to hell, you like it or not. Whatever the good time was that you had is no concern to me. The only issue that people are having is because he's in leadership and he was at the parties. But see,
Mm.
my question for a lot of people is, what are you doing that your left and your right hand shouldn't be agreeing on?
Yeah,
What are
but
you
it's not
doing?
just it.
And
I'm sorry.
and and I'm not being in a place, to say that, to cause any judgmental speculations. I'm just saying that I would rather, if you're going to be in a position like that, then go ahead and get yourself into a place to be ready for the backlash, because he had to know at one point in time, that, oh, okay, well, this might come out or this may happen. You just got to be careful if that's what you're going to do. And if you're going to do it, then be proud about what you do. I would, and I'm not saying, again, that he was doing anything. Yes, the court case is out there, or this young man, I saw that interview was saying something about, being groomed by TD Jakes. Well, if you are a preacher in a big church like that, all of us that are associate ministers are groomed in some way, shape, or form. We're
Mm-hmm.
groomed some kind of way, and I just would rather people take responsibility for their own behavior, and not make excuses for it. Whatever you did, you did it. It don't matter. I mean, it shouldn't matter, because as he said over the pulpit, God covers a multitude of sin. I mean, love covers a multitude of sin, and that there is no sin, that couldn't be forgiven. So did he really sin though? See, my
You,
thing was, you confessing some shit that I didn't even ask for. If you wasn't going to say anything about this situation, and he said, well, and even if I was, I can be forgiven. Okay, well, that is still not an excuse, quote unquote, as the reason why you were there. And people are looking for, why were you there? Especially those who've been touched, whose lives he's touched, and he's a megastar. And so, I just would rather him just go kick it on the low, if that's what you're gonna do, so people won't know your business.
mm-mm.
Or if you're gonna kick it, just say, hey, look, I went to the Diddy party, man. Man, I had a blast.
But
I had
that's
a
what he
good
did,
time.
though. That's what he did. He said there's a picture circling online now, and also was a part of Jake. I think a part of Jake's social media, that when him and Diddy was together at one of Diddy parties, that was the thing. He took a picture, he posted it online. He said, "I was at the Diddy party. We bounced his. We used to call them adjutants. I don't know if they call them adjutants in Jake's church or not, but his assistant also reposted the picture and said, we went, we did a photo op, and we bounced." So I would have to disagree. I'm thinking, if I'm going to a place like a Diddy party, I want people to know that I was there. I don't want to do that shit in secret. But at the end of the day, it really don't even matter, because if you do it because you are attached to someone who is, I need to find a better word to use. If you are attached to someone who is as grotesque as Diddy,
Did you say
are known to
grotesque?
be, are known to be, then people gonna have something to say. Period. Jakes has interviewed many a person, Diddy being one of them, all of the stars. So it's not unusual that he may have stopped by just to say hi and bounced. But again, I go back to, if you are connected, attached in some way to Diddy, you want to be very careful about how and where you be with him. If you are with him on your platform at your church, absolutely. So your folk won't have nothing to say. But if you out and about somewhere far away and you just passing through, niggas gonna have something to say. They have something to say all the time about everything. And they create these narratives that then create other narratives that then create other narratives. And now you have people from your past talking about you touched them or you groomed them and this is that and the other. And now they want to take you to court. Because I don't know who said this, but they said it. They said 2024 is the year of exposure. So now everybody is jumping on the, Me Too bandwagon. Whereas, is it really you two? Or are you just jumping on the bandwagon? I question that too. I go back to what you said. The latter part of the thing that you said, Q, is sometimes we have to look at our own behaviors. But when you say shit like that, when you say stuff like that, what happens is that people then want to tell you not to blame the victim.
Okay.
There are many white women who said something happened to them, and black men were killed, hung, stabbed, shot, and they never even touched them. Mm-hmm. So I think the line becomes blurred when we don't question what somebody says that somebody else done to them. I'm done.
Okay, so I'm gonna let me read a couple of these comments real quick, if y'all don't mind. Let's see real quick. I'm just gonna go back up to Angelica's comment real quick. She says Diddy is connected to too many illegal things for Jakes to be kicking it with him.
I agree.
And then Anthony, he says, I don't get the issue with him being at the party. And then Anthony says, what happened to being human clergy? And then he says, but he sounds guilty, but he talked too much about it and he's too apologetic.
Didn't I say that man sound just like what's old boy in Atlanta?
Eddie Long.
He sounds just like Eddie Long. Just like.
And to jump with what Anthony was saying, he don't get the issue with him being at the party. I don't get the issue either. I mean, as being just a human, just a basic person, if I just can dumb it down for just a second, I believe that we're man first. Your calling is second, because you're gonna be who you are regardless of what you called to do. I mean, like it's like I'll take Reggie's example. Reggie is the boss's boss. He's way up there in the damn hierarchy somewhere.
Reggie said, cut it out.
but right now he's just Hendrix. He's Hendrix. So in the morning when he get up and he look at himself in the mirror, that's Hendrix. That's what I am, me first. But I put on my clothes, I put on my vernacular, I code switch, and now I'm the boss's boss.
This nigga had on a whole suit. Jake's had on a whole suit. If I'm remembering this photo op correct, Jake's had on a whole suit. He was fully TD Jakes in that moment that he went to Diddy's party. He was not in no golf. He was not in his regular clothes. Sometimes you see him flossing on social media in his regular clothes or whatever the case may be. He had a full suit on. To me, by that picture, it looked like he was just passing by. Like, hey, I'm in the city. I'm gonna come. I know you're having a party. I'm gonna come say hi to the people. I'll bless the food. I'm out the way. That picture looks like that to me. He wasn't in regular clothes. But again, I go back and I say, yeah, I want to go. Even what Anthony said, yes, what happened to being human clergy, I get it. Yes, we all want to be looked at as human, but folk, you set yourself up for that, and then people then believe in your supernatural type of personality. They believe in your direct connect to God. So they're looking at you as such, as an angel of the church, as someone that God directly speaks to give them direction. They're looking at you for that.
Here's
So again, I get the whole human part of it. I think that it's very, very important. But what happens when you don't assert yourself as a human being first?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but here's the other thing, and I completely agree with you. But again, in the role of leadership, you have responsibility, and those responsibilities require you to remove yourself and not allow yourself to be in certain situations
That's
if
right.
you're going to be responsible with it. And I know that it comes at a shortcoming for leadership. It does. It sucks, but that's what comes along with it. You cannot be, you know, as a black man, anything that we do is scrutinized heavily.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Scrutinize, scrutinize something.
We say scrutinized heavily. Everything we do as a black man is scrutinized heavily. Is what Hendrik
Yeah,
said.
yeah. I'm sorry, my internet's having problems, y'all. But we have to remember that, and we have to
Really.
be twice as good to get half as far.
Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
30 minutes late, but she
for your
right on time.
viewing and your listening pleasure, give it up for Miss Mo. Happy New Year swag. Good morning, Mo. Welcome
Oh
to
my
the
goodness.
goddamn show. Welcome
Ha-
to the show, Mo. You are the
Good morning.
star. Happy New
Thank
Year.
you. Happy New Year. Had I known we had a guest, I'd have been on time. You didn't tell me.
I'm not supposed to tell you. I tell you the time. It's 9:30. You jump on at 10 o'clock and you jump your ass off at 10:35.
But I'm telling you that breakfast was so good, baby. It was the eggs and it had the cheddar. Oh, the Reggie, the Gouda smoked cheese that he sliced up in that omelet. Oh, woo!
Mo,
I'm
good
so
morning. Now,
good
as you
morning.
know, Mo, we talking about Pastor T.D. Jakes and the Diddy party. Just give me your quick little two bits on that.
I know I heard what y'all said. I'm not getting sucked into that foolishness. How about this? How about y'all worried about the wrong things in your black culture, folk? How about y'all worry about them uncles and them aunts who are molesting y'all and have been for generations, and less about people on TV or people you don't know? Y'all go to the barbecue, the cookout, the whatever with people you know and you know they touching them children, but you want to talk about somebody that you don't even know, you ain't never met, you ain't gonna meet, you can't breathe that air. You can't afford their cars. I'm just saying, take care of home first. Deal with them uncles who been molesting you and your children, and you talking about don't be in the same room with them. How about don't be there at all? How about you get some lime? How about you got some land and deal with that? I'm done. I didn't have no sweet tea. Reggie, guess what? I'm not drinking no sweet tea for 2024.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. And let me
Reggie,
tell you something. If you don't have no sweet tea for 2024, I'm gonna buy you 2 good gallons in 2025.
you can't. They
Mo,
the doctor came out there with the insulin. She said, I'm getting ready to stick you. I said, hold on, hold that thought, hold that thought, hold that thought. Woo! She said my A1C was so high, it was higher than a giraffe. Well, she didn't say that, but you know.
Okay, Anthony says I understand what Hendrick is saying, but as an HNIC, it does he allow himself to live? And if he was scrutinized about his public appearance, how would he handle that?
Oh, Anthony's real smart.
well, I will tell you like this. Um, I let anybody that knows that works with me. You have me at work, right? And that is what I, for all intents and purposes, that is what we call Reginald. Reginald is a professional. I am, I do my code switching to a T without anybody knowing anything. However, at 5:01 p.m.,
Howbeiver,
yes, at
House or never.
5:01 p.m., I become a man and I am not attached to this organization. So, if you should see me out and about, like one of my coworkers, he saw me. It was a couple years ago, but he saw me at fourth quarter. He's like, "You was in fourth quarters with the hood. Like them were the gangsters over there. Like what gangsters? Them the guys you was hanging with. Them was thugs and gangsters." I was like, "Oh, them dudes I went to high school with. They cool."
Pretty much.
He was
I
trying to figure out like how can you walk in? You can walk in both realms, but you also have to realize that when I go to these other places, I go by myself, I drive myself, and I know exactly what's in my car.
mm-hmm.
mhm.
Shoot,
And I'm usually
so
gone by 11 o'clock.
I want. If Anthony could put in a chat, what he think he should have done. I'm
Yeah.
Okay,
interested
Anthony.
in knowing what he thinks he should have done.
What about anybody else? What do you think Pastor Jay should have done? Should he not gone at all? Do y'all think that maybe he, was just, kicking it, just, kicking it because he's of who he is? Because there are many photo ops of Diddy and Jake's out there. So they are connected, at least at some kind of friendship level. What
I
do
think
y'all
he
think?
shouldn't have to explain where he going. I don't think he should explain where he go eat. I don't think he should explain where he live. I don't think he should explain where he drive. Unless you tithing in his church, which he don't make his money from the tithes, cause them folk is broke. Cause I be going to the church sitting in the back all the way, and they come in there just broke. Cause you know what? When they pass the envelope around, they ain't nobody holding up their hand to give it. Maybe they giving it online. None of my business. But the point of the matter is, y'all need to take care of home first before y'all start talking about putting y'all lips on somebody else who y'all don't know, ain't gonna never meet, ain't never seen. So let Diddy be Diddy. And if he's responsible for Kim Porter's murder, that's something else. Let let Diddy do what he do. Let R. Kelly do what he do. Let Jakes do what he do. And y'all take care of home first. Get them pedophiles and them molesters out your family first.
And can I say one thing?
Yes, sir, please.
Can I
Sir.
say one thing?
That's sugar low. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Help me.
I'm trying to figure out why everybody in such an uproar about this black pastor supposedly doing something. Where y'all at with all these Catholic priests? Y'all show is quiet about these
Well,
white Catholic priests.
Well, first of all, remember, people that say, this I've heard this all my life, and it gets me to my soul. They're like, well, what religion are you? And then people will say, well, oh, they're Catholic, so I don't know. That ain't no religion. The reason they can't talk about the Catholic priests is because they can't figure out denomination from religion, from beliefs. We still have a problem dealing with people with race and ethnicity. So they can't speak about the Catholic priests because they don't even understand the concept of priests, of the Catholicism. They can't. All they can do is somebody on TV. Who you waving at, Q?
My Aunt Victoria.
Okay, hey,
Dr. Vicky.
that's right. That's what. That's right. He don't
I
owe
agree.
nobody no explanation. I agree with you.
Okay. So okay, Anthony says as a Catholic, y'all been talking about our priests for 50 years. It's y'all's turn. So real quick, I just want to say that you know just
I'm sorry,
Hispanic
I
people need to
didn't
mind
catch
their
that.
own business.
Could you please say that again?
The what? Who's talking? Mo, is that you?
Reggie, I pushed a button on the computer.
Man, bro, you always, Mo, you can't never do nothing right, man. Leave it alone.
I
Leave it
pushed the
alone.
button.
Don't touch no more buttons, man. Don't touch nothing else. All right. So let's talk about something else. Let's switch gears real quick. Because I know the Pastor TDJ's thing could go on and on and on. Let's switch gears. Let's talk about something else real quick. So I decided to watch an interview this morning. And of course, with this interview, we're gonna be talking about Mr. Johnathan Majors. And of course, Jonathan Majors has been sentenced for 1 year for sexual harassment, and he was convicted on something else that was like something like borderline. They gave him a year or whatever. When he was handed his sentence or whatever, of course, he's planning to appeal next week, but he was handed his sentence and he lost. Marvel fired him. He lost like everything that he was just building up to. And I just want to get y'all thoughts on that. Now, my thing is, of course, now we already know I don't have the white woman's name on there, but Ernie, you probably got a name, or Mo may have it. You know, the white woman that he was with. I watched some of the camera footage that they provided online at abcnews.com. So I took a look at that as well when he grabbed her and he put her back in the car and he was running from her and all this kind of stuff. It was just really, really weird. She had, of course, bruised. Most got pictures of bruised. Most she was doing all like this, and she was talking about look what he did to me, type bullshit. And so I want to get y'all thoughts on that. Now, if you guys don't know, I want y'all to check out the story. Go to YouTube, type in Jonathan Majors, and it'll pop up everywhere. And so he is in the hot seat, Mo, for messing with a white girl. Now, Mo, I don't understand why all your people, Mo, your people, like Bill Cosby and your people, is messing with these white girls and think that they're not gonna get no repercussions from that. And I stand 10 toes down and say that. So Mo, what is wrong with the people? What's wrong with them, Mo?
Oh, y'all talking to the wrong person. I'm a black woman. I don't know. I
Oh,
don't know why y'all messing with them white women. That's y'all. Y'all need to inform and educate us. I mean, and it's nothing wrong with having a biracial or interracial relationship. What's wrong is you only date a certain race because they are a certain race.
there you go.
And he's only dated one black woman, and that was Megan Good, and that was after he went to the jailhouse.
Because
So
baby, is he knocking the bottom out of making good? Do you understand me?
I doubt it. That's straight publicity, so he could get some type of support from the black women. Let me tell y'all this, and I say this every day, and no one ever listens to me, but I'm good with it. Barack Obama wouldn't be president if he wasn't married to a black woman. So if y'all want to do something with y'all lives, ask Denzel Washington.
Okay, so Ernie, you rolled
I'm
your eyes
serious.
for a second. I want to hear what you got to say.
Well, the first thing is I don't keep white women's names in my mouth. That's the one. That's the first thing. I try not to speak a white woman's name unless I'm speaking about her unless I am intrigued by her in a way that is beneficial to blackness. That's one. This chick is not beneficial to blackness at all.
Yeah.
And it is the prime example. She is a prime example. And I don't know anything about their relationship or whatever the case may be. I think it was you and I who talked the other night when we met up for drinks about that particular relationship and him being a dirty dog for cheating on her. Now, as a woman, men gonna do what they want to do anyway. I'm a man. I do what I want to do. All of that, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. So, but he was doing that shit in her face, talking to another woman in her face. So he was already done with her, and she got all in a tizzy, all in an uproar because he was doing this shit in her face, and I think at one point he told her he didn't want to be with her anymore. But when somebody do shit like that in your face, they don't want to be with you anymore. I want to get to what happened, Q. I think we talked about this too. I want to get to what happened. We don't know what happened inside the car.
Right.
But we do know he manhandled her to get her back in the car.
Right.
Now, I haven't seen a black eye or a broke nose or any other bruises on the body. I think I saw some scratches on the hand. And correct me if I'm wrong. I thought some scratches on the hand, on the side of her face, or whatever the case may be. And then I saw this big ass black man run from this small black white woman, run down the street around the corner from this white woman. Now, can you imagine if there was if the roles were reversed? And he said this too, but he on some other shit. I'm saying this as a straight bona fide black man, not a star or anything like that. If the roles were turned and this white woman was running down the street with this big black man running after her, he would have been dead.
Or
He
damn
would
near
have
close.
been dead, shot to death by the police officers. It is the most craziest, bizarre shit ever that I have ever seen in my life. And now he's going to, if he sentences, I don't know if he's going to prison or not, but now he is sentenced to 1 year because he was fucking a white woman.
I, and I think that he said that they had been together maybe like a year almost or something like that in this interview. And she asked him in the interview, um, so what actually happened? And he said nothing happened. He said that they got into an argument. She started hitting him. He was trying to get her off of him. He was trying to get out the car. She was coming after him. He took her and he threw her back in the car, which he did. He manhandled her and he took off running.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
then there were pictures where she was in the closet and they had like a camera and supposed to be like strangulation marks on her neck that
Mm-hmm.
he supposed to had strangled her.
Mm-hmm.
I just really, really, really want people to, exercise better dating choices. Again, I'm with Mo. You date who you want to. You know what I'm saying? But you can't tell this woman that I want you to be the Coretta Scott King to my Martin Luther King. I want you to be my Michelle to, I mean, be my Michelle to my Barack Obama. That's what I want you to be. And he told her that. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, because that's a nigga who claims to not see color. To
Where's my
speak
bell? I need my bell. Yes.
to speak like that is a nigga that claims not to see color.
right,
It doesn't make any sense for you to tell her a
her.
white woman, that you want her to be an example of a black woman. You are an idiot. You are an idiot.
Just as thrown off as most breakfast was this morning. Just throw the hell off.
My breakfast was good. I told y'all
I
that's why I
think
was
Hendrix
late
got his
because I was
finger
eating.
up.
Well, I just have one thing.
Yes, Reggie.
When are y'all gonna start recognizing a plant?
Oh, we know it. But go ahead, tell it. We know it. We got you, Reggie. Go ahead.
As far as black men go, what I've known about black women is this dude is not attractive for most black women. He was a plant. He got big in the head. He tried to do too much. They knocking him down because he tried to do too much. It's that simple. He didn't follow the beat of the drum that he was given. He did not follow his directions as spoken to him. And now he's paying the repercussions of stepping out of line. Period. End of sentence.
But he
So
but he is attractive to black women. You know how I know? Because he's heterosexual. It don't take much for black women. Look at these
damn,
girls. Look at these girls. How they going after these offsets? Okay, I'm sorry. Who was Sierra's? Who was
Sierra,
Sierra's?
Russell Wilson.
Walk
Future,
no Waka
future,
Flocka.
Yeah,
future.
but Future's not a bad
Future.
looking. The Future's not a bad looking man.
Oh,
He's what
Future.
Uh,
he got the tattoos on the face and stuff. These
no,
girls now will go with anybody. And then
Mo,
he was
we
making some
need to
money.
make Mo. I have a correction for you.
Oh what?
This is black females, not black women. Correction,
Oh
sir.
well okay. Okay, cause those yeah, cause they're look at Cardi B. She's with Offset and Offset little skinny old thing. I
They
mean,
not together anymore.
They're not because they ain't together no more. They
oh,
trashing each other online right now.
oh, see,
oh,
that's why I didn't know that. But I'm just saying,
I ain't know either, Mo.
Jonathan Majors did what Jonathan Majors did, and I mean, it has nothing to do with his looks. It has everything to do with his preference. He preferred a certain type of woman. That's okay if that's what makes you happy and makes you feel good. Because you couldn't, when you were in Duncanville, you couldn't find any black women.
Mm.
70%. You in Cedar Hill, you couldn't find any. 60%. So I mean, you wanted Becky with the good hair, so you got Becky with the good hair. Now you got a year
So I say
suspended
this.
or whatever.
But you know
I
what? Even what Henry's saying, with like to understanding,
Yeah,
understanding that he was a plant
I
or
get it.
whatever the case may be, I still feel as though uh, remembering, and I know we'll probably get to this because this is probably the only one thing that I believe, but I honestly, for sure, believe what Cat Williams said about Jonathan Majors. I don't believe I don't agree that he is not an attractive man. But I do believe that if they take you up, they can bring your ass down.
They bring you down.
mm,
They can bring you down. Speaking of Cat Williams, let's go and switch gears real quick. I guess maybe positive vibes towards, Brother Majors. Hopefully he'll learn his lesson, and Hollywood will use him again. They just had to spank him. They're gonna pick him up in about a good 12 years.
I'll try to Perry put him in something.
Or Tyler, or he'll get picked up by some on BT Plus or Tubi. So,
he'll be in a dress.
and he might be in a dress.
And hey, and if that's gonna give him that dollar, put that dress on.
Listen, what y'all put on a dress to make your money? You don't
Nope,
ask me twice, because you say what the
nope.
hell you want to, but I have on heels. I have on every goddamn thing if you want me to make my money. I don't care what you say. It's my bank account. Kiss my ass with
Okay,
And
RuPaul.
it.
to each his
But
own.
RuPaul just won 2 more Emmys,
And I wouldn't do it.
2 more,
And it's paid.
and paid. And he
It's
ain't running around here like
but the
Taraji.
difference about RuPaul, is RuPaul always had on a dress.
Mama,
That part.
mama, what is
RuPaul
you doing?
always had on a dress.
You don't supposed to be watching. Go somewhere. Catch the rebroadcast. Go to work or something. That's my mama, y'all. Mama gone now.
Your
Quit
mama
playing.
said you not putting on no dress for no dollars. That's what your mama
Listen,
just said.
let me tell you something. My mama watched Tyler Perry movies. I put on a dress. If she can watch another big old fat nasty ass man put on a dress, she can look at this sexy brown in one too. I'm
But
just
the
saying.
difference is you're her boy and he's a billionaire. So
And he was a billionaire by doing what? Putting on a dress.
okay,
Lord
Flip
have mercy.
Wilson, if that's what you want to go with, I'm gonna let you.
I mean, well, Mo, y'all the one went to the plays, Mo. Y'all the one went to them plays. Y'all the one went to the plays. Y'all made this man famous. Y'all let this man characterize black women from his eyes. Y'all bought the tickets, Mo. Mo, you don't went to 2 of them Tyler Perry plays.
Well, no, because they weren't on Broadway. But I mean, I support Tyler Perry. I think what he does is entertaining. That's what I mean, and I like to be entertained.
I'm absolutely obsessed with Tyler Perry. And after I seen Maxine's Boy, I'm even more a fan. But I also know Tyler Perry is a billionaire and he has a lot of power. And when people have power, they have the authority within themselves to wield it how they want to. So
Anthony
carry
says,
on.
could it be that we'll still be punished for what Obama being president and the North winning this war? We will never have real collective justice in this country.
And this is one
Is that
thing.
towards Jonathan Majors?
Um, Anthony
Just
addressed that a little bit.
just collectively. Just
I think
Hey,
I
Sunshine, what's up, girl? She said she didn't go to any of the plays. I ain't go to none of them either. But hey, he did his thing. He did his thing.
I
Now speaking about Cat Williams, real quick, we got about 10 minutes. So speaking about Cat Williams, um, um, I don't know if everybody on saw the actual interview. I know a lot of people seeing a lot of clips, a lot of snippets. I actually watched the entire thing, the high 2 hour and 14 minutes or whatever it is. But I watched it twice. I want y'all thoughts on the Cat Williams interview. So Mo, now I'm gonna start with you. I got to start with you, Mo. The reason why I start with you, Mo, is because you know comedy. You know comedy. One of your best friends is a comedian, and you know it all. And can't nobody tell you that you're wrong. So I want to get your thoughts on it. What you got?
All right, before I say anything, shout out to Slapstick Comedy. Uh, we're gonna put it on the Facebook. Slapstick
Slapstick.
Comedy
Oh yeah, okay.
with Miss Swan, because she has a magazine, but she has a podcast. She's working on a deal to go XM Sirius, so I'm really excited about her. Had her T-shirt on the other day, but then I ate some spaghetti and got it all messed up. So the point of the matter is,
Oh, shout out to
Cat.
Precious. Love you, girl. She sent us a message.
Yes.
Love you, girl. Out there doing your
Oh, she
thing in
did.
LA.
Tell her we
We
love
love
her.
you.
Tell her we love her. Okay, so Cat Williams. I'm team Cat Williams because what he said was funny. What he said was right. What he said has been said throughout the industry behind closed doors, and everybody knew that Steve was how he was. Steve Harvey was how he was. But you know, you do what you do to do what you have to do to get your money. You gonna wear a dress. Tyler Perry gonna wear a dress. Steve has to just be a horrible person stealing jokes. That's just how it works, baby. It's the industry. But I'm Team Cat Williams. I'm Team Bill Cosby. You know, I'm anti-Team Will Smith. So it runs the gamut. It just depends.
I I will say this as a huge, and I could be biased, and that's fine. But I'm a huge Cat Williams fan. Anytime he would come
Me
to the
too.
Dallas area, I'm there. Um, and this is one thing I've always said about Cat Williams shows: you get your money's worth before he get on the stage. I have
Oh,
never been
okay.
to one of his shows to where I didn't feel like I got my money's worth before he even stepped foot on the stage. And then he came out and said it. The comedians he take on the road with him are funnier than him, and he's absolutely right. You get your money's worth before he even step on stage. Every single show, every time,
Okay. Good to
every
know.
time.
I saw
And
Cat Williams like New Year's Eve 2015, going into 16. It was him and Mark Curry, and
mhm,
Cat bought everybody a glass of champagne to toast the new year. It
that's
was
when he did the
it was
when he
phenomenal.
came in with Gary Owens. Him and Gary Owens teamed up and they did that New Year's one year. That was hilarious. That whole show. And they have to do it like every time he comes to Dallas, he has to put on like an extra day. Because even when he's coming in March, I already got my tickets for March 8th, but they already added a March 7th show because the one on March
Duh.
8th is sold out.
Wow.
And it sold out within like after that interview, it was sold out. I think it was like 90% sold out before his interview with Shannon Sharp. Then when the interview showed, like those tickets were going for 3 times the regular weight, and these are the nosebleed seats. So they added another show. The only thing I didn't agree with in that video was 3,000 books a year. Everything else I can believe, but the 3,000 books a year, eh?
Well, Reggie, he misspoke. He meant through 7 through 12. When he was 7 years old through 12, he read 3,000 books.
That's even more bizarre.
No,
But
age,
okay.
age
Well,
7 through 12. 7, 8, 9, 10,
given
11, 12.
given
Yeah.
his upbringing as a Jehovah's Witness, not being able to watch TV, not being able to listen to the radio, if you understand some of these things, then if that was
Yep.
the case, I
Yep.
could believe it. If he
Yep.
misspoke and meant 300 books a year,
Yeah.
okay, that's more reasonable. But
Yeah.
3,000, yeah.
Yeah.
But 300 books a year or 3,000 from the time he was 7 to 12, those
Yeah.
are very believable numbers.
Those are believable.
Yeah.
'Cause- I mean, because Q probably don't read three words a year, but the rest of us, we read. See, and you what? Get the stuff out your head. Get the pick out your head.
My head's itching, Mo. I just don't want to scratch it. I want to scratch it with my pig, Mo.
And then why you gotta leave the pick in there?
It's not in there no more, Mo. It's
Thank God.
Jesus
Why,
Christ.
you might as well just put a dress on. You just might as well put a dress with the stereotypes and then stick the thing in there. But yeah, Reggie, I agree. I didn't take into account that he was a Jehovah Witness and he couldn't watch TV and he couldn't go out and really play with other people, because,
Hmm.
yeah, you're right.
And and the other part is when you're the Jeho when you're in the I don't, and this is what people have to expand your knowledge of different cultures. You have to understand that as a Jehovah's Witness and being the oldest son, your father is looking at you to carry on the name and the reputation in the church. And when you go against that, you are shunned by the entire family.
That is correct.
Absolute. That is absolutely correct. It's very interesting, the whole dynamic. You know, just the interview itself was just incredible. It was incredible to me. So I did a deep dive. I really did a deep dive because I am not a Cat Williams fan, and um, some of the things that he said in that interview was a bit far fetched to me. Of course, we can talk about some of the smaller things, like the idea of reading 3,000 books and being accepted to college at the age of 7, which we have absolutely no proof of that. Not a news clipping nowhere that this prodigy was accepted to college at the age of 7. Now, let's just chalk it up to him being a Jehovah's Witness, but they wasn't an ordinary Jehovah's Witness family. Remember that his father was very abusive to him, so much so that he left the house at 13. He left at 13 and hit the streets at 13. Um, I thought it was a dynamic interview because of everything that he was saying and how it was intentional.
Yeah.
It was intentional. It was very, very well thought out. He knew exactly who he was going to attack. So I went back and I saw just Steve Harvey's interview, which was not like Katt Williams' interview. Went back and looked at what's the old boy name? Kevin Hart's interview, which was not as dynamic as Katt Williams' interview. Went back and looked at Ricky Smiley interview, was not as dynamic as Katt Williams' interview. Now, of course, Katt Williams is more animated than all of them.
Yeah.
And has more to say because of the just everything, the behind the scenes shit that he tapped on. The idea that he spoke about Bernie and how Steve was jealous of Bernie and what he did to try to get Bernie's place as far as being in Oceans, and jealous that Bernie was funnier than him. That's just what it is. Sometimes people are going to be funnier than you, and you just may be jealous of that. So you slight them in a way that catapults your career. And now this man, is kind of like steal the goat, but looking at somebody else shit on him to rise to the top. As more information about Bernie and why he had gotten quiet and stuff like that, some of the conspiracy theorists have on the internet. But just to stay in that particular realm where he warned people, stealing jokes, going back to Katt Williams again, how he attacked what's old boy, the heavy one, what's his name?
Cedric, the entertainer.
Faison?
The entertainer stole his joke.
Yeah.
And I had a young lady who was also a comedian. She was talking to me about joke sharing, which I had no idea that there's a thing between comics where you would allow somebody to share their joke if it is a joke and it can be told in a different way. Okay, that makes sense. But to outright steal a joke and call it your own, that was sad. But then there's other videos where Steve stole his material.
Yeah.
And the videos are actually juxtaposed. But Bernie warned us. And I hadn't even seen this. This was doing his, I don't know if this was doing his show.
That was during the Kings of Comedy. They interviewed him backstage.
Saying people will steal your shit. Bernie said, I don't feel comfortable with stealing somebody else's shit and getting on stage and acting like it's mine. But there are comedians to do that. And we're speaking directly to young comedians. When you come out, don't say your shit in front of other folk. There was another interview that I saw. I can't remember what it was. And it may have been Katt's video, but they come, like writers actually come to comedy shows with pen and pad and write jokes down that somebody's actually saying to give it to the people who they write for. So yes, I agree with some of the things that Katt said in his interview that really has like the entire world now turned on top of its head. But there are some things that I, as a person, looking back at those other videos, where of course those videos were not as dynamic as Katt's was, I was wondering why he felt attacked. So I went and I saw Kevin's video a long time ago when he did a video on the Breakfast Club.
Right.
And it was because Katt Williams said that Tiffany Haddish wasn't funny.
She not.
She's not.
She's not.
I mean, I know you mad, but everybody not gonna think you funny. I don't give a fuck how hard you work. I really don't think Katt Williams is that funny. But it's not the fact that other folk don't. He just said they just sold out on the show. There was a March 7th show they already then brought up March 8th. So just because I don't think that Katt Williams is funny doesn't mean that the entire rest of the world don't think that he's funny. If you don't think that if he don't think that Tiffany Haddish is funny, Tiffany Haddish is not funny. But then he comes to I come to get my sister's ball because you said that she wasn't funny. Then he's of course, paying homage to all of the women that's on Katt Williams' team, and then starts this whole thing. So I understood the idea that he ripped Kevin another asshole, said that Kevin was a plant, and then Kevin saying that he was a drug addict and he didn't come to work, and you had the benefit to do what it is that you were supposed to do, but you chose not to come to work or do what the studios wanted you to do. And now Kevin is now looked at as a plant because he played the game. Kevin is now looked at as a plant because, he has this, that, and selling out arenas. But let me get to the end of what I want to say. Imagine this. And Katt said it. I mean, literally, he said it. This man has done all that he has done without Hollywood.
Without Hollywood.
Without Hollywood, he has done all that he wanted, that he wanted to do, that he claimed that he didn't have to bend over and get fucked in his booty hole. But those that has done what he hasn't done, what those that has done, on the opposite side of that, they had to get fucked in the booty because it's a Hollywood game. But then at all the movies that Katt was in, Hollywood. I ain't talking about his specials. I'm talking about his movies. The same movies that he talked about. It's like 30 something. Even the animated ones. Now we supposed to think that, if you really want to talk about men being in dresses and people having to have to do funny things behind closed doors in order to get to where they are, but you doing the same thing. You doing the same shit that the other ones did, as far as putting out movies that comes from big blockbuster studios. So that's the only thing that's my only thing. Like, he was really shitting on them in a way. Tell your story for sure, because I think that's what y'all friend up there wrote down on my post, wrote a whole paragraph on some bullshit. That's fine. He a Katt fan, so it's all right. But my thing is, be who you want to be, do your thing, but don't shit on other folk when you doing the same thing. If Steve stole your shit, talk specifically about Steve stole your shit. Don't be talking about how that man may have bent over and got fucked in the ass. That's really none of your business. Because, nigga, you was in animated Disney Pixar movies doing voiceovers. Dogs and shit. And that's big studio shit. So, I'm looking at you side-eye too. Now, you saying that they doing all of this, but what you doing on the opposite? All you motherfuckers are Hollywood. All y'all are. Period. Across the board. That's it. That's it. You can talk on what you want to talk about, be Katt fans and all kind of shit like that. Because the brother spits some motherfucking truth. He did. And it made everybody think. Just like that whole thing with him and the Ludacris thing. I was like, what? But of course, I'm thinking about that story. I'm like, wait a minute now. That may sound kind of like that could be a thing. But again, all the motherfuckers are Hollywood. however you look at the situation, I don't think, for me looking at the interview, it was huge, dynamic, very informative, and I mean, it got the people reeling. But I mean, he really ain't say shit that we didn't already know
Wow.
or expected.
Real quick,
Oh, that's good. Oh,
Mo, real quick. Even though we kind of talking about Cat Williams, and we've been on hour 6, I really Mo fix it, Mo fix it. God damn it, Mo. Yeah, when I get ready to ask more questions, Mo, can you hear me? So y'all, um, what do y'all think about Vivica Fox's response about Taraji? Real quick, I know we was talking about Cat Williams, but we about to get ready to end the show. But I definitely want to just touch on that just for a quick second. What do y'all think? Now, Taraji say they ain't paying me, y'all. They ain't paying me. That's Vivica, the catcher on the paparazzi catcher, the TMZ people. They catch Vivica, and she say, I don't have that problem, or whatever she said. I don't have them problems, or whatever. To each his own, or whatever she said. Mo, what you think about that?
I
Now, I think
can't
somebody said
hear. I cannot hear him.
you can't hear Mo.
It's my turn. Mm,
You can't hear
okay.
Mo. We hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We
I
can hear
can hear you.
you.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
You can hear me?
yes.
Okay, so I could not hear your question,
Then what the fuck do you want
and
me
I
to
still
do?
can't hear you. Hold on.
We talking about
So
so. What
look,
do y'all think about that? So Vivica Fox, that somebody said Taraji wasn't smart. I don't know how smart she could have been. I don't know. I know Vivica's been in the game longer than Taraji. I definitely know that. But what do y'all think about that? Real quick. Let me let Mo back in. Let me let Mo back in. Hold on, Mo. Mo, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Snip it real quick what you asked me. Hurry up,
I was
snip it.
talking about Taraji. What you think about Vivica Fox's response to Taraji?
Big, they've had separate experiences. They're separate people. Vivica got a stronghold on We TV and all of my killer people movies. Every 2 hours you can watch We TV and someone kill somebody, someone fall in love, Christmas in July movies. Everybody lives happily ever after. Taraji took a different she took a different take on it. I did not like the way she cried in front of the people and said they didn't make her no money. I didn't like the way she said Hollywood was unfair, particularly when you're on a junket to support a movie and you're trying to get nominated and you just Ernie, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna use your words. You just shitting on the people who's supposed to nominate you to vote you and the movie in to get awards. I thought that was poorly positioned. I thought she was a whiner, and since she's a mental health advocate, I can't say she's weak because then I come across as being you're not supportive of mental health and people going through mental health crisis. But I can tell you this as a black woman, it kind of made me very very angry that you're supposed to be supporting the Color Purple movie across the United States, and you want to talk about you want to whine because you're not getting paid. When black women are out here in the United States getting paid 55 cents on the dollar, and white women getting paid 78 cents on the dollar, so that bothered me
Anthony
because
said,
there
I lost respect for Vivica Fox. And she could have been more silent. She could have been silent. Apparently, something happened to Taraji Henson and her, I guess, behind the scenes. That's what Anthony may be
Well,
saying.
what she said was, I can't speak to that. And Vivica was on the street signing autographs for somebody, and they asked her the question. So I can't speak to that. That wasn't my thing. I can't speak to women who have been abused in relationships and had to go to shelters. That ain't my thing. I can't speak to that. So that's all she was saying. I can't speak. I can't speak to having 5 different babies by 7 different baby daddies. I can't speak to that. I mean, when you can't speak to something, I can't speak to having shout out to DNA Dallas
Let me do it, Mo.
Fraternity Awards. Yeah, shout out
Let,
to them.
let,
I can't speak to somebody having blank where it says the baby daddy name on the birth certificates. Yes. But I mean, all Vivica said was, I just can't speak to that. And she was being
I
honest.
can't. Let me say this. I cannot. So what Willie D'Angelo Dunn just said, I can. First of all, I can't accept that because when you think about Vivica being in her prime, Vivica was doing Kill Bill. Let's not forget the shit that Vivica done. She was on the Kill Bill franchise. She did what's this thing called? She did Soul Food, excellent movie. She did those the when she Vivica was the it girl. She was the it girl, just like you see Taraji and what's the trans girl mama name, Gabrielle Union. That's who Vivica was. So you can actually juxtapose the work that Vivica done and Taraji has done and see. Now, of course, Vivica ain't done no Benjamin Button type shit, right? Vivica haven't done anything that would get her nominated for an Oscar. That's the only thing to me that kind of separates them. She has not. To me, she hasn't done anything except Kill Bill. Kill Bill could have said, okay, yeah, she could have done Best Actress and some shit like that, but she died early on in that shit. But she still had to work to do that. That's a Quentin Tarantino movie. Big money, big budget. Going back to what Mo said, the idea of the experience is. Think about this shit. Vivica is now sitting in the seat of director, writer, producer. So, and then I want to say this because I don't want to lose this thought. Oprah said in an interview, the last when she was trying to defend her and Taraji's relationship when she was at the Golden Globes, she said, "Your salary for that movie is through your management team. Your management team fights for that. So you then decide if you want to take that or not." So just think about it. Maybe Taraji's management team is not fighting for her like they should be fighting for her, or them motherfuckers lowballing her as well. And guess what she said she did?
She fired
all
All
of them.
of them.
She fired all of them.
And what she
She
said?
fired all of them.
Look, and this is, I will say this. This is where, to me, Black leadership needs to come into play in a different role. You take this behind the scenes and you help people behind the scenes.
Well, okay. So let me piggyback really quick on that, right? So what Henry just said was what Oprah did for The Color Purple, which I think is some fucked up bullshit. I don't think that she had to do that because, of course, this is through the studios too. But everything that they did not have, Oprah provided for that, all of it. Food, trailers, cars, everything. She not even supposed to do that shit. But them motherfuckers that sit, them white motherfuckers that sit with them big budgets, putting all this money in this film, and giving nothing to the actors. Nothing. And this is a whole Black film. Like everybody Black except that scene that happens with Sophia when she punched that bitch in the face. But imagine going to work and these are superstars. No food, no trailers, no cars. And all of that is provided by a producer wanting to make it right.
Wow. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I'm glad we kind of dug into it a little bit. Anthony says Taraji's complaint was better received better than Monique's because of her presentation. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, everybody, listen. One plant, one water, God gives the increase.
That's what it say.
Yep.
That's what it say. That's what it say. Listen, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us on today. Now, listen, we want y'all to check us out on next Saturday morning. We're going to come to you with a brand new show. Hopefully, Mo is at least 15 minutes late for that particular show. And
Are
then
we
we
going to
get her
talk
in.
about DNA diagnostics?
No, okay, so the fraternitydirectdallas.com. fraternitydirectdallas.com. Hit our girl Miss Lydia up. She will get you taken care of. Mention Mash the Gas if you need a DNA test. Because listen, some of y'all need a Dana. Some of y'all need a Dana. And I don't know why y'all acting like, y'all walking around here lying to these men, telling them that that's your daddy, when you know that that baby daddy is the nigga across town that's married with 6 other kids. So, get you a Dana, and then, we're going to ask God to help you with the child support, and however you decide you want to do it. But, paternitydirectdallas.com. Hit up our girl, Lydia. They're right there in Dallas. I believe the office now is in Grand Prairie, but they do have people to
Mobile
come to
testing.
you to collect your samples and send them to
Yep.
the lab. So they do have travel buddies to go and collect your samples if you need them to. And yes, you do have to pay some money, but you maybe get your little discount. You mentioned Master Gas. I'm telling you. And fellas, remember real quick, you do not have to have the mama's permission to get that child tested. You
And
can
do
take
Oh
not
that
sign.
no.
But
I'm gonna
most
do you
importantly,
one
do
better.
not sign the birth certificate
and don't you sign them
do not,
certificates if you don't
until
know
you
that
get the
child is
DNA
yours.
test.
You
Just
you
even
can
if you
have
know, don't sign
Yep.
you can
T.
have the child tested while they still in the womb.
What
For those that don't know.
was it endometriosis? Is that what it's called?
No, fool.
Yeah,
That
you
ain't endometrial. Oh,
Lord,
Ain't that what that is when they go in when the baby is in there?
pray
Ain't that
for
what
him,
it's called?
Mo. Pray for
What's it
him, Mo.
called?
Pray
What is
for
it
him,
called,
Mo.
Mo? What is it called? I said amniocentesis.
just
Damn
go
it, there
ahead.
it is.
Go ahead and put the pic in your head. Have Reggie, who is a proven scientist, skilled and intellectual, a degree in chemical engineering, and you had the unmitigated gall to say something medical? Reggie, please explain.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, look, y'all. There are different types of testing that can be done for DNA. It is available when the fetus is still in the womb. You just have to request it. Now, there is nothing wrong with having this done. And if a female has a problem with it, that should be your number one signal. Number two, don't be just dipping in everything raw anyway, because you need to know what this person's outlook is. And this is going from both men and women. You can't be dipping in anything raw. You have to know what this person is about. Get to know people instead of just hopping in the bed with them.
Mm-mm. I don't
And
want
you
to
know
know
what?
you.
Yeah. And
I
here's the
don't.
thing, I didn't get to over 40 and not having any kids by accident. I'm not married. Everybody
Oh,
asks me why I don't have any kids. It's
that's
very
why I'm not
simple.
married.
I'm
That's
not
right.
married. That's why I don't have any kids. It's
That's
that
right.
simple. There's nothing wrong with me.
PaternityDirect.com.
Yes,
Turn it
paternity
direct
direct.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Dot
Now,
com.
what before
PaternityDirectDallas.com.
you dive in? 8 Ball gave you the game. He said, slip on the latex and dive in swift.
Yeah. So on that note,
Endometriosis. He said endometriosis. He said endometriosis.
it's amniocentesis. Mo, I got it now. See, thank you for coming on, man. We should appreciate you coming on. You're welcome anytime. Y'all, we
That's
got
not
some big.
right either.
What? It's not right, Mo.
Oh my God! You see what happens when you Google Goofy? Go ahead and finish the ending, cause my nerves is bad. Now I'm gonna have to drink some sweet tea. Lord Jesus.
Now, that means you done sipping. You done told a whole ass lie live because
I
you said,
haven't.
well,
I know
you
I
get you
gave it up, but you done nerved me up so bad. I'm gonna
you
have to
can't.
drink some sweet tea.
No, you can't drink no sweet tea. Go over there and get you one of them diet Dr. Pepper cherries. Get you one of them.
Uh,
So yeah,
Finish
thanks,
up,
man.
cause you nerved me.
Thanks for coming on the show. We should appreciate you, man. You're welcome anytime.
I appreciate
Again,
y'all. Thank you for
absolutely.
allowing me to come.
You all anytime, man. You always welcome. Listen, y'all, we'll catch y'all again on next weekend. Uh I think it's past the time to get some encouraging words, but if y'all want to, we can. But I'm just gonna end the show right here. If y'all want, I want to see you guys on next weekend. Y'all, Mo, don't hit the button until I hit the damn video. Okay, just looks so bad, Mo, when you be the only one gone and all of us are still on here. So hold your horses. Let me put the video on first. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
No,
Enjoy this
no,
day.
wait, wait.
What? What?
I got some encouraging words.
Yes.
Yes. Gotta
What you
get
got, bro?
encouraging words, dude. Look,
All right, gotta get it. Well, damn. I mean,
He said that his internet was acting up.
He's
Lord have
so
mercy.
funny. He's so funny. That was his encouraging word.
He
was
back.
that your encouraging word, Casper? Is that what that
no,
was?
no. Let me finish. Good night. The technical difficulties. I was saying that people suffer in silence because a loved one has used vulnerable information against them in an argument.
Woo.
Stop allowing yourself to be hurt by people again. If
Mm,
they hurt you
mm,
once, remove them from your life expeditiously.
Oh,
Expeditiously.
Expeditiously.
I bet you can't Google that, Q.
mm.
EX.
Okay, hold on, Mo. Let me give him a synonym. Post
Thank
haste.
you. Post it. Get Reggie, give him another one.
you know what? Y'all not be
Promptly.
coming for me right now. I'm about over it. Okay.
Promptly. There we go.
Promptly. Just
Promptly.
put on
Yeah.
a dress, Q. You'll be all right.
No, I ain't putting on no dress, Mo. I ain't putting on no dress.
You just
Uh,
told a whole lie. You just said you do it and didn't want your mama to be. Then when your mama said something, you was like, Mama don't watch this. Mama don't watch it. Watch the replay. No.
Listen, I don't think
Look,
I was saying this. My mama watched Tyler Perry. If Tyler Perry asked me to put on a dress to play Baby Medea or play his sister, I'm gonna put it on, and that's just what that is. You know, the opportunity presented itself, and I'm about to get paid a couple of $100,000 an episode or a movie. That girl, that lady on Grey's Anatomy that plays Meredith, she makes $250,000 an episode. I just thought about that. But anyway, yeah. Since y'all doing encouraging words, I just want to say this one thing. Watch your connections. Watch who you hook up with. Because everybody, is not a person that's gonna walk side to side. There are some people that actually want to be a leech and they want to suck everything good out of you. Watch how you connect to people and watch who you connect with. It's gonna suck your blood. Like Mo wanna suck up that sweet tea.
Ooh, that diamond. Ooh, yeah, I do.
See y'all later. Let me get off of here. Y'all have a good day. Stay warm. Stay safe. We see y'all in a minute. Peace.